It's very difficult to create a human connection without being vulnerable. Without being willing to be vulnerable, we don't connect. When I tell my personal story, I often talk about my first big sale when I was working in Norway more than 20 years ago. It's not a hero story. I was unbelievably lucky. I just happened to meet the right person at the right time in a client that I wasn't even planning to work in, who was son of an actor, was willing to get up and demonstrate our software to all of his peers that just happened to be assembling in our town at that time in Norway. And he did all the work, not me. I was just lucky. It took me some time to realize how lucky I was. And in fact, fortune, understanding where good fortune and not so good fortune lies is a critical thing to learn, particularly in sales management. But the lesson for me is that being willing to be vulnerable, to talk about your good luck, to be grateful for your good luck, to talk about your misfortune and your vulnerabilities, means that when you meet a potential client and you tell that kind of story, you're much more likely to get back a similar story from them. You'll hear about their vulnerabilities, and this is the essence of connection. I was discussing this with a good friend of mine who's an experienced sales manager. He told me about walking across the street to the office of a future client that he was going to meet. And as he was going across the street, a bird flew overhead and shat upon his shoulder. And when he got to the reception, he asked to be directed to the bathroom. And in the bathroom, as he was cleaning the mess off, the person he was going to meet came in, and they established rapport. And he won the deal. Why was rapport established? Because he was in a vulnerable situation. He was in a relatable, vulnerable situation that was humorous, and that created a connection. Without vulnerability, it's difficult to connect. And your story, your personal story with vulnerability in it, is what will get from your future client their story, and that will make a connection. I'm Mike Adams.